Okay, boys and girls, back for another one. It's gonna get some. I'm on the old. What am I on today? The Monster energy drink. I've got to start cutting out these energy drinks, man. Went from coffee to energy drinks. Monster energy drink. Yep. So get a few sips of this down my gullet, and then gonna crack on. Get all hyped up. Tasty. Okay. Yummy. Right then. In this stream, I'm going to build out a proxy scraper and checker. Saying scraper is a bit of a, it's not really a scraper. I'm going to look for an API. Lots of people are quite persistent in asking, like, oh, how can I use proxies for free? And I tell them, like, free proxies, they're going to cut out, they're no good, there's lots of people, people that use them. So some people determine to use them. So if you're going to use them, then at least have proxies that are checked all the time and are working and are fresh. So I'm going to build that out today. So we're going to learn a lot. We're going to learn about APIs a little bit. We're going to learn about requests. Yeah, we're going to learn how to check proxies, if they're alive or not. And then if they're good, put them into a list. If not, then get rid of them. So that's the plan for today. This is done with Browser Automation Studio. Okay. If you're new to the channel, then you can get Browser Automation Studio for free. Just Google that, Browser Automation Studio. It's absolutely free to download, and everything that I'm doing within this tutorial can be used with the free version. The paid version of Browser Automation Studio, or BAS as we call it for short, the paid version, you can build your custom GUIs and give out your bots with protection. That's the only difference, really. Apart from that, you can use everything. So get cracking with that, download it from the site, follow along, build some bots, show your mum, your girlfriend, your boyfriend how good you are at creating bots. So just a couple more sips of this energy drink and I'm down. Tanya, Kelly, hello mate, thanks for the thumbs up, thanks for joining me on this beautiful Friday evening in the Philippines. It's 12, it's actually Saturday now. It's 12:08 here, so it's Saturday morning, just in time, just the right time to build some bots. Okay, bit more energy drink, we'll crack on. Tasty, cheers. Okay, give it a minute and then we'll get on and build this this proxy scraper and checker. If you're following on along, guys, all you need is Browser Automation Studio. Like I said, you can follow along and build this yourself. Quick plug as well. This bot will be going into the bot vault. You can join the Bot Empire membership. The link is in the chat or in the description below. Check the link, click the link, you'll see all the benefits. But some of the benefits include access to the Bot Empire Vault, where I'm putting all stuff like this. You get the script and the compiled version, the Reddit bots in there, all that good stuff. You can download, you can get your hands on that, part of the membership, and also you get access to the support forum, the support channel, I should say, and all questions that are put in there are answered by me. Okay, so you can get support from me, and there's a load of other benefits. So check out the link there. If you're not already a member of the Discord channel, why not? The link is in the description or in the chat. Click it, get on the Discord group so that you can get all your questions answered as well, and join the other people. There's a lot of beer drinking in there and dancing on tables. And also, if you haven't already signed up for the future courses, there's a link there too. Sign up there, and all new courses you'll be given a discount on, the early bird discount. Okay, shameless plugs over. Rightio. Right then, so let's build something. Right, all I've got is an empty file here, an empty project, I should say. I've called it Empire Proxy. Got no resources at the moment. So what I want to do to start with that is I want to find a free proxy API. Okay, some will be working, some won't. So there's going to be a little bit of looking around. I looked around for a few minutes before the video. I didn't get too much success. This was one I was going to look at. So I'm just doing a bit of hunting at the moment for a free API. Obviously, if you were going to expand on this, you could use some of the paid APIs, or you could use more than one API, of course. So let's have a look. Let's have a look at some of these. Which other ones did I? So this one gave you a random proxy every request. Okay. So I'm not sure how much access, how many threads it's going to allow you to run on a free one. I'd rather, I think, have one that gives us a list of proxies. Then we can download the list and then we can check them ourselves. But I might come back to this one. Okay, so proxy page IO, quality proxy list with an API support. Okay. Okay, is it free? I think it's paid. Daily credits. Wow. Rusty Pie. Okay. Not quite what we're looking for, but thanks anyway. Let's have a look at this. Rotating proxies. How it works. We scan the free proxy API. Okay. As one of the biggest free proxy lists available on the web, we're sure to have what you need. Our proxy RESTful response in JSON. It will return a different proxy on a request using a powerful filtering system. You can limit the results to a specific set of proxies. Now this sounds good. This sounds more like it, boys and girls. Okay, I'm going to keep that one there. It comes back in JSON format. That's cool. We can work with that. But let's see if we can get one that just gives us a text file. That's what I really want. Although this we can work with this. If we can't find anything else, boys and girls, we'll come back to this one. So free proxy API again. Let's have a scout out. We've been to mostly give me proxy. Give me proxy. What have you got, eh? Just a note again, I'm building this now. This is going to be going into the bot vault. So check out the link in the description or chat. Join the membership of the bot empire. Come on, come join us. Get this and the Reddit bot and all that stuff for free. Yay. You get a random worker proxy with every request. Search the internet for free. Okay. You'll be productive in 5 minutes. Really? Okay. This is a paid one. Okay. 79 a month. Public proxies. What the hell is going on? Okay. Goodbye. Free proxy lists. What you got for us? What you got? What you see? What you know? No, it doesn't look like we're getting anywhere with this one. No, nothing. Voila. Okay, we might have to use the one that gives us JSON format. Powerful by 2 scraped. Oh yeah, I've already looked at this. This is a bit different. It does the actual scraping for you as well. Not quite what we're looking for. Okay, proxy 11. That's the okay. Because I didn't look at the free proxy section. New proxies. Want to get registered for free. I wanted an API. I don't really. Okay. What API is required? Is it free though? Is it free? Yeah, this is proxies. Well, we could always test, couldn't we? Okay. Join us for free. Okay, I'm just gonna do this quickly. Get signed up. See if it is free or not. You could always expand on this. Like I said, you could use paid APIs or lists, okay, or just find lots of free ones and then just add them in. But let's get it done first. Check your email subscription. Welcome. Thank you. Verify my email address. Okay. Will do. Will do. Okay. Download the list of proxies. I've got an API key now. Okay. That's nice. API key for that. Okay. Now let's free for API documentation. Right. To get a text file. So look. So get requests. Response, for example, will come back as a list, basically. Okay. Wow, it's even made the API call for me. Look at this. Okay. Sip of Monster Energy drink. Right. Let's get to work. Copy. Let's get over here. In case for now we're just going to use one. So API key. And then this is going to be a fixed string. Default value. No, just leave that blank. That's absolutely fine. Put save. And then we are going to do stuff. Now we're going to hit record. Let's put our API key in there. Okay. So let's just change this around so you can see what I'm doing. I can see what I'm doing. Everyone's happy. Right. So initialize, and then we're going to use net. No, we're not. No, we're not. HTTP client. We're going to make a GET request. So we're going to request that URL with our API key in and hit OK. See what we get back. So this is what we sent. This is what we received. Okay. So we sent the we made a GET request to this website, and then we attached our API key so that it knows who we are. Okay, and then we received back this, which is the header, and then we got our proxy list here. Okay, so what we want to do, we want to work with this and get all these, put them onto a list, and then we should test them, and if they meet our approval, no, if it works, and put it to a list of working proxies, and if they fail, then we get rid of them. Sounds good. So there's lots of ways that we could get this data. Okay, so I'm just going to play around with a couple of ways and see what I feel is best. So we can make that call, and we could use the get content feature, which is here. Okay, I'm going to save that in a variable called save content and make it auto. Okay, so make the request, save content. Now what have we got in there? Save content is our proxy list. Yay. Okay, but that I think is just going to be in okay. So then what I'm going to do, there's quite a few ways that we could actually do this. So which way do I want to do this? Let's have, yeah, so let's exit out of here. Let's come out here. Let's make a resource, and let's call this downloaded proxy list. Let's hit next. And this is going to be lines from file. That's fine. Next, next, next. Okay. Then we're going to hit record. And where are we going to save this? Here. And I'm going to make it file. Proxy list to check. Oh, there you go. Okay, let's get on. Okay, so once it's got that, I just want to see how it would come out if I put it like that. Then we're going to go into, we're going to write file. We're going to write file where to download proxy list, downloaded proxy list. And then what data do we want to save? Well, it's going to be the save content. We're going to append to the end so that anything new goes at the end. Makes sense. And I'm not sure how this is going to come out, but there is only one way to find out. I don't think it actually grabbed anything there. Yep, it did. My bad. My bad. And then, yay, then we've got all these to check. There you go. Nice. No hiccups so far. That's what I like. So what have we got so far? What have we done? What do we know? We have made a GET request to the API, the proxy provider, and we've added our API key, and that's brought back to us a, I'll show you in a minute, but you saw previously it's a list of proxies. So then I've saved them proxies to a file, okay? Then what we want to do is let's have a site. Let's make this better. Let's have a site to check the proxies against. Okay, so then you can make sure the proxies work with a particular website then of your choice, whatever you're going to work with. So let's have a site to check proxies with, and that's just going to be a fixed string. Okay, save. And then we are going to record. I'm going to swig some monster. Bing.com. Always picking on Bing.com. Okay. So let's see how we're going to fit this all in. We could. We're going to make this. Let's make this. So it gets that. Got that. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, so I can show you another thing, another lesson is functions. So wouldn't need to do this particularly because it's a small box. It's a really good way to show you functions. So I'm going to have this as download proxies, and then you're going in here, mate. You're going in here. Ah, everything is in there. Right, my bad. API key, and then I'm just going to have use proxy downloader, and then next, and then we're going to use a select, and then I like to use the checkbox, and then I'm just going to have yes, and then finish up there. Put that at the top. Save. Okay. So then, I'm going to come on to record again. Hit OK. Wait for this bad boy to load. Okay. So let's make a function. So to do that, we click where it says main, and then we hit the plus symbol, and then where it says empty, I'm going to call this the function name, which is download proxy. Download proxy list. Okay. So then I'm going to hit save, and then you'll see it's all blank. So this is the function and what's inside of it. So I'm going to come over to the main, and I'm just going to grab what we did and cut it with this. I'm going to go to our new function, and then I'm going to paste it. Ta-da! That's that done. So I'm going to go back down here and go back to main, and then I'm going to put some script logic in and say if use proxy downloader is equal to yes. Oops. Then it's going to, because I know for this it's only going to be single thread, I'm just going to call function, select function, download proxy list. Okay, so let me show you what's going on here. We are saying if this is checked, then run the function proxy list downloader. So run this, what we've already built basically. I'm going to hit OK. Get it on. Okay, so then we're here. Then what we can do is, I'm going to put it so it's like exactly that. Doesn't really matter actually. So because it is checked, it's going to call that function. So it's, in other words, if that checkbox is checked, okay, then it's going to come there and call the function. So it will skip over to here and then run this, which is the downloader that we just made. So we've got that function. Now what we're going to do is have use proxy checker. Let's check these bad boys. Next, and then what we are going to do is have a select again. Next, change it to check. You don't have to, but I like to use checkboxes. Put yes. Next, next. Okay. So I'm just going to move this and grab it and put it to drag resource here to create a new tab. Okay, and this will be use proxy checker. Okay, so now we have two tabs. One is for us to download the proxy list, and we've already built that out. And this part is use the proxy checker, which we haven't built yet, but we're going to. So save. Okay. And then I'm going to hit OK. Actually, what I need to do first, because I'm going to make this part multi-thread, Okay, so if you've got loads of proxies, we can check them really quickly. Everyone's happy. Okay, so in here, use proxy checker. I'm going to have threads, threads, fixed integer with a maximum of 100 threads. Let's put 1,000. Let's put 1,000. Okay, press next and finish. Okay, and then we're going to say how many proxies to check in case you just want to do a quick check and you only want to say the top 50. So give people the option, fixed integer, say 0 to, because there could be a huge proxy list, so 10 million. And then finished, and then that's fine. I'm going to save it. Let's get onto the record, and then let's press OK. Just again, guys, the compiled version of this, the full version, and the script is going to be in the bot vault. If you join the Bot Empire membership, you get this. There's the Reddit bot in there. There's all sorts. You get the support channel. Check out the link in the chat or the description. You'll find a list of all the benefits you get. Have a look. Have a butcher's. Right. So we want to make another function. And this is going to be called, probably guessed, Proxy, checker. Okay, save changes, and then we have a blank sheet here for us to work with. Blank function, I should say. Oh, I didn't need to exit that. What am I doing? What is he doing? Right. Let's get back to business. Right, so then we're going to say if use proxy checker is equal to yes, then we are going to call the function, but this time call function several threads. Function name, proxy checker. How many threads? Well, that's going to be whatever the user puts in the box threads. How many to check? Well, that's what the user puts in the how many proxies to check. How many fails allowed? So there's going to be a lot of error, fail meaning that it tries to connect to the proxy and can't. So that's fine. We can ram that up. Okay. So basically what we've got here is if on the GUI, if they check the box to use the proxy downloader, then it's going to call this function. So it's going to come here and it's going to download the proxy list. So it's going to do this, this, and this, and finish. If they've checked the box to use the proxy checker, it will come into this function and it will run all this stuff. There's nothing in there now, I know, but we're going to get to that now. Okay. So the first thing that we are going to do, come out of here. So proxy checker, nope. Proxy checker, yep. We are going to create a resource and proxy list to check. So that's probably going to be the proxies that we just downloaded, but we're going to make it so you can use any list to check. Okay. And this is going to be lines from file. Next, 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 done. Okay. Now I want to move from the download proxies, the site to check proxies with, that's going to go into the use proxy checker. We need it there. I'll move that down. I'm going to have this at the top. Proxy list, threads, how many to check, site to check proxies with. That's all good. If it's good enough for me, it's good enough for you, or something like that. Okay, save. Now, what we need to do is record, and then picking on Bing again, proxy list Save. I'm going to check the proxy. This is what we downloaded. So let me just open that. This is what we did with our API call. We got all these proxies checked. Well, when I say all these proxies, it's a free service and we got 50. I'm not sure how often they update the list. We can check the site again in a minute, see how often this gets updated. Okay. So yes, that is the list I want to check. Yes, I want to use that. I don't want to use the downloader, so uncheck that. Wait for it to load. So let's go to the function download proxy checker, which is what we want to work with. It's blank. Now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna use the tools and pass line. That was take a line from a resource. So the first line and then the second, third, fourth. So proxy list to check. And then proxy to check. So basically what happens is it loads in the list of proxies that we downloaded, and I've done this wrong. Here I need to change this to reuse resource and uncheck it so that it only uses each line of that file once. Otherwise we're going to keep checking the same proxy over and over again. Okay, proxy list to check, and that's better. So basically what this is saying is take each line from the file, so each line is a proxy, and then put that proxy into a variable called proxy to check, and then the next time this runs through it'll be the second line and then the third line. Okay, so it won't reuse the same line more than once. So we pass that line and we take the proxy, and then it's put into a variable called proxy to check. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go to HTTP client again. I'm going to go to this bad boy and we're going to set the proxy here, okay, and then put the variable proxy to check in. Okay, so we set up the proxy to check. Now we're going to do a GET request to sorry, don't want to be here. Here, site to check proxies with. So in this case, bing.com. So what have we done here? We're going to get the first line of the proxy list, the list that we downloaded, or you can insert any list of proxies. Then it's going to set that up, that proxy as a proxy, and then it's going to try and connect to whatever site we put in the box, site to check proxies with. Now we want to get the status. That will give us a code. Like 200 means that the status code 200 means it's connected without any issues. Most other status codes are normally in error. If it's not in the 200s, if it's a 400, 500, these are all errors in some form or another. So let's get the save status. So what I've done, you can just use status within the HTTP client, and then we're going to save that to a variable save status. So let's run through this so we get a status. Oh, didn't like that. Let's see what the issue is. Proxy to check, fine. So the issue is here. Failed to pass proxy. Ah, because it's not given us, I know why. Right. It's because there is a, let me show you. This problem comes up a lot. Let me show you. Proxy list check. So what's happening when we're passing the line like we did earlier, it's getting to here, and these two dots is a separation in Bass. So it's like having a comma. So it separates this, it thinks this the port is a different, needs to be put into a different variable. So it's an easy fix. What we can do is here, we're going to say proxy to check. We should make this look a bit neater actually. Proxy to check, and you can call these variables anything that you like, anything that makes sense to you. Proxy to check IP, and then comma, and then I'm going to put proxy port. So that will give us the end section. Okay. So now we want to have, needs to be proxy to check IP, and then we want 2 dots, and then proxy port, and that should solve the issues that we're facing. Zipper monster. Lovely. Okay, pass line, proxy, get site. Oh, what happened there then? Received. Okay, it shows us the error code anyway, but what we should so that's really interesting. I didn't even know it did that automatically. That's really cool. Receive HTTP 400 from proxy after connect. So what we want to do is here we're going to do an if statement, and we're going to say if, what we're going to say, if status code is equal to 200, which means it connected fine, then do whatever we're going to put next, or else if it doesn't connect, then do this. Okay, so if the status code that comes back is a 200, do whatever's inside here. If not, if it's anything else, then do whatever's below here. Okay, so for now, just so we can see what's going on, I'm going to put, if it's a 200, then just log, yay, this proxy works. Woo-ha. Okay. And then if it's not a 200, so in other words, if the proxy is no good, if it's not loading, if it's broke, then it's going to log out. Boo, this proxy is broke. Okay. So let's just come off here and save what we've done. And then let's go back to record to check through this. Load, load, load. Okay, so we want to come on to proxy checker. And then so it's going to take our list of proxies that we want to check. It's going to divide this list. It's going to put this part into a variable called proxy IP, and this one, not proxy IP, what did we call it? Proxy to check IP, and it's going to put this, the port number, in proxy port. So like this. Okay. And then it's going to try and make a get request. So it's going to request whatever site we have put in the box. So I put bing.com. Okay, and then it's going to give us a status code. If that status is 200, which basically means it connected, fine, no issues, then we're going to log out to the console, yeah, this proxy works, woo-ha. Or if it's anything else, in other words, if there's an issue, it couldn't connect, it's broke, then it's going to put boo, this proxy is broke. So let's just do one, so you can see what's going on. So we're going to get the site, and it couldn't do it. So it's received a 400 code beforehand, so it's a fail. So that doesn't matter, it didn't even make it through, but it's not going to go any further. It's not going to go onto a list. What we could do, wonder if No, because we need to do that first, whatever the case. Let's try this. I just want to do a little testing. Let's have a look. Okay. Checking. Script logic. Let's ignore errors and see if we can then get to the status code section. So there. Don't care what the error code was. Okay, let's move that in there and then see what happens. Ignore errors and then get the status code. Oh, we need to check here. Status code, there we go, 400. So what I've done different here is ignored the errors, because what's happening, it's checking the site bing.com, okay, and then because the proxy's failed, it won't go any further. It's stopped as a fail. So what I've said is ignore errors, just carry on, okay. So it's checking the site, it can't connect, but it's carrying on because I've told it to ignore errors. So then it's getting the status code, which is a 400. So then if status code equals 200, does it equal 200? No, it's 400. So then go else. If it's not 200, go to else. And then so it logs out, boo, this proxy is broke. Okay. So let's just run through it one more time and then we'll do it for real. Lip crate, boy, he's here. The GUI is going to be done after this. It's, as I said, it's the only thing left to do. And after this live stream, I'm going to build it, whack it on, done. I'll be over to you. Okay. This stream's going to go on for about another 20 minutes, I think, about that. Well, depending. It depends if it works or not, if this works. Right, so get the proxy, ignore errors, check the site, get the status. Is it 200? Nope. So then it's got to log out, boo, this is broke. Or boo, this proxy is broke. Has that happened? Does it work? Boo, this proxy is broke. There you go. So then, let's exit, let's save, and let's do this for real. He says, oh, why did I do that? Oh my goodness. Okay, back. No. Goodness, there we go. Right, save. Get a taste of monster in the mouth. Right. Interface, restore. So I can drag you up so we can see what's going on. Now let's run this. Use proxy downloader. Nope. Use proxy checker. Yep. List of proxies. It's the one that we downloaded with the downloader we made. How many threads? Just one for now. How many proxies to check? Do you know what I'm going to do first, actually? Just to make sure there's no hiccups along the way. And so we can see what's going on. I'm going to put a short sleep after. Sleeping. Proxy checker, so it does all this. And then, whatever the case, we're going to have a sleep. So I'll put one here. Sleep. 200. And then I'm going to copy. Put you there too. Yeah. Yep, happy with that. Let's go. Save. Run this bad boy. One thread, just so we can see what's going on. How many to check? Put 60, so I think there's only 50 in the list. So just so we can check it cuts out at the right time. Hit OK. Let's see. There we go. Boo, 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 boo. Wow. This proxy list is good. No wonder it's a free proxy list. They're all brown bread. Or at least none of them are working against none of them are working against the site that we targeted. So let's do this. Let's see if there's an updated proxy list. Let's get rid of these. Save. Okay, and then let's let's run. Uncheck this. Download proxies. Got our API key. We know where we want to download the proxies. Hit OK. Done. 1 second, and we should have a proxies to check. So we've got a brand new list. So let's go again and uncheck this now. We want to use the proxy checker, and then it's the same list, it's just got new proxies. Yeah, Bing.com still. Boo, 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 the proxy's broke. Oh. Not even one working proxy. That's nice. Let's just see with an let's just make sure that this really works. So let me just come over here. Bear with me, guys. I'm just going on to get some proxies. Sorry, I haven't got any waiting music, so. Okay, IP auth. Okay, that's nice. Copy, put that in there. Okay, save, and then get the list. Give me the list. Okay. Okay, so these are some proxies. Proxy for bot, whatever. Okay. So that's going to be our list to check. I'm just going to give it a second because I changed the IP over. So sometimes it takes a couple of minutes. That is a great time to have a couple more sips of the old Monster energy drink. Don't sponsor this. Yeah, it's an actual import. It's so expensive here. It's more expensive here than what it is back home in the UK. They do have their own brands of energy drinks here. Some of them are actually banned in Europe. So I'm sticking to the ones that I know for today. So that's they do Red Bull here, and then they do Monster, but they're both really expensive because they're not made here. Just for your information, in case you're wondering about the state of energy drinks in Southeast Asia, I'm sure that was killing you, that question. So yeah. Okay, I'm just going to give it a minute to make sure the IP is checked over. The auth IP is changed over, I should say. But I am going to, while I'm doing that, is just change the list. There we go, so we're using the right list to check. Okay, so again, just give it a minute. Gives it a minute. Okay. Bit more of the old Monster. Just time for the old shameless plug then while we're waiting as well. If you haven't already done so, check out the membership. The link is in the description or in the chat if you're live. There's loads of perks, check them out. You get access to the support channel, so you can ask me questions whenever you want, be it about Browser Automation Studio, AutoIt, JavaScript, all that stuff. You get access to the bot vault. This will be going in here, in there. So the script and the compile version. There's the Reddit bots in there, CTR bots, YouTube bots, and I'm going to add a lot more content. I've had to sift through, like, I forgot how many gigabytes of stuff. for stuff that's worth putting in there. So more stuff going on there. There's loads of perks anyway. Check out the link. And also, if you're not part of the us on Discord, join us. The link again is in the description. There's a lot of tabletop dancing and beer drinking and stuff. So if you're up for that, join us on there. And also, there's a link to get early bird access to the up and coming new courses. So sign up there so you get notified first and get all the discounts and all that good stuff. And of course, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, then make sure that you do and press the bell notification so that you get notified when I release new videos. Plug is over. Okay, I think we can crack on now. Let's give it a go, shall we? Right, use proxy checker. We've got the different proxy list, one thread. Okay, let's hit OK and see what happens. Not a lot. Okay. There you go. Yay, this proxy works. Woo-ha. Yeah, this proxy works. So these are working proxies, okay? So I just needed to do this to check that it actually works if the proxy does work. So basically the list that we're downloading from that site is just a load of crap. But as you can see, if you find a proxy that works, then it outputs, yeah, the proxies work. So that's all good. So I'm just going to let that finish. Then we're going to expand on this a little bit because that's all well and good letting you know if a proxy works, but we need to expand a little bit. Let's go to let's create a resource where to save working proxies. Okay. Lines from file. Next. 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 Save. Record. So where do we want to save the working proxies? Well. Let's make a file here. Working proxies. Sounds good to me. Okay. So now let's go and add some functionality to our bot. Okay. So we want to use the proxy checker function. Now, if the status is 200, in other words, if the proxy is working, we're still going to log out. But then what we're going to do is we are going to write to file. So in the file system of the toolkit, we're going to put write file. Where do we want to write the file? Well, to the resource that we just made, where to save working proxies. What data do we want to save? Well, we want to save the variable proxy to check 2 proxy port. So basically the proxy that we're checking at the time. So here we would just put proxy to check IP, 2 and then proxy port, and then add line ending symbol and append. In other words, add to the end of the file. If you don't do that, then it's going to be comma separated and go across and not do it line by line. So it's up to you, depends on your needs, but normally this is how it's done. Hit OK. So let's run over this. We input a proxy list, and for each one of them on the list, it's going to take each line, so the first line, and then the second time it runs through this, the second line. Okay, so it takes line by line, and then for each line, put the first bit of the proxy until the 2 in a variable called proxy to check IP. Then then put 2 in, and then put the proxy port in. Ignore errors, because when we were checking against the site, if the proxy doesn't work, it throws up an error and quits. So we said, okay, check against the site, but even if there's an error, just carry on. So we get the status code. If the status code is 200, which 200 means the GET request was successful, in other words, the proxy is working, then log out, yeah, the proxy worked, woo-ha, and then write to file the proxy IP and the port. So it's a working proxy, and then sleep for a quarter of a second or nearly a quarter of a second, and then move on to the next one. Now, if the status code is not 200, or in other words, if the proxy has failed, then just log out, boo, the proxy is broken, and sleep for a quarter of a second, nearly a quarter of a second, and move on to the next proxy. Okay? So let's just check that that extra functionality of saving works. Run one thread. So we've made it multiple threads. So if you had a list of 20,000 public proxies or whatever, you could speed this up by putting as many threads in as your computer is capable of running. So let's go. Let's hit OK. Yeah, this proxy works. Yeah, this proxy works. Okay, sounds good so far, but we need to check, make sure that it's saving these to the file. Yeah, this proxy works. Good results, huh? Huh? Okay. It's checking these against Bing.com, but we put it in so you input the site you want to check against. So this is going to be really great if you had a particular site that you're going to work with. Like it could be Reddit, it could be Bing, it could be Google, whatever the case. So you can check the proxies against any site that you want. And now let's see if it actually done as rehearsed. Working proxies, yay, there you go. So we've made a bot in this time. How long have we been running? I've been chatting away, but we've been on for less than an hour, 56 minutes, and we've made a bot that will go to an API in this case, and download a list of proxies from that API. It could be any API that we put in. Well, actually, it's only set to work with that site. Okay, at the moment, we put our API key in for that particular site, but you could expand on this. You could change this to put in a URL or many or a list of them and check them one by one. And then it's going to download the proxy list from that API. That's what we do with the proxy download proxies. And then the second part that we made, the second function that we separated into its own function, is a proxy checker. So you can input the list that we downloaded with the API, or you could input any list of proxies. Okay, and then it's going to take one by one and it's going to check the proxy against any site that you wish. You input the site that you want to check against, and then for every proxy that is working, it's going to save to a list. So you're left with a list of proxies that work. And that's what we've achieved. Not bad, eh? We've done that in under an hour, and that's with me talking and gassing away. So not bad. If you haven't already got Browser Automation Studio, which is what I made this with, then go Google Browser Automation Studio. It's free to download. Everything that I just done, you can use with the free version. The only thing that you can't do with the free version is make your own user interface, and you can't protect your scripts against copying. Okay, anything else is a go. So get your hands on that if you haven't already done so. Okay. Join the Bot Empire membership. Again, links in the description. Check out all the benefits you get for joining, support, get all these bots for free, blah, blah, blah. If you haven't already joined the Discord channel, make sure that you do. We're normally drinking beer in there, dancing on tables, etc. And also the final link is if you want to be notified of the up and coming courses this month and get your early bird discount. Okay, guys, this bot will be in the bot vault. If you remember, you can download it. I hope you found this of interest and you've learned something. Hopefully that's the case. We made this in under an hour. Just shows what you can do, really. The Browser Automation Studio, that's why I like it. It's really good for prototyping or making bots really quickly. If I wasn't gassing away talking to you and all that kind of stuff, then we probably could have done that in half an hour. So not bad at all like that. You can see on the market, if you go to the Black Hat forums, Black Hat World and stuff, they're proxy checkers for sale. You know, stuff like this. Okay, there's a little bit extra to their ones, but you get the idea. You could build this out. This is easy to add maybe a list of places to get proxies and then check them. this is multi-thread. We've already made this multi-thread as well. We've already got made it so it saves the working proxies. So there's not too much more to add to make it a really good functional bot. So it just goes to show what you can do in an hour. All right then, guys. I'm going to leave it there. Okay, thanks a lot for all the people that have joined the stream. If you're watching the replay, please check the link in the descriptions. And if you like this kind of stuff, then subscribe to the channel, hit that mother trucking bell icon so you get notified of all the videos I make for Browser Automation Studio, Autoit, JavaScript, and all that jazz. And of course, join us in the Discord channel for a beer and a chat. All right, guys, I'm off now. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.